When I went to GDEX last year, I saw this game, but didn't get a chance to play it. Recently, however, the game has shown up on Kickstarter. It's being developed by Multivarious Games, which tried to kickstart 2 different games prior, although neither hit their goals. This one, however, hit 50% of its $30,000 goal after a few days. So I guess the third time's the charm. No Mercy is a beat-em-up, single-player or co-op, in which you're either playing as Elliot, who's looking for his buddy Lorne, who was kidnapped and taken into a forest which is being taken over by a supernatural force called the Corruption. He loses his arm and someone replaces it with an arm like something the golems in this game use. I can't tell you what Ray's deal is other than apparently being dead, but supposedly Ray, as well as the 2 other characters called Belle and Orion who aren't in this demo, have their own reasons for taking a stroll through the woods. I got this information from the Kickstarter page, cause the in-game cutscene illustrations leave a lot out, and sometimes they went by too fast to read anything. This is made up for by some in-game conversations, a lot of which can be triggered in various spots along the way. The game gives you the option of using a keyboard or a controller, but as it is now I find the controller feels better. The keyboard uses WASD for movement, shift and space for defense, which is a dodge, and jumping, and the arrow keys for attacking, which when you think about that, it's the exact opposite of what you'd expect. Or maybe I'm just old school like that. Either way, customizable controls in the full version would be helpful. The 2 characters in the demo play quite differently. Elliot uses punches and dive kicks for a primary attack, swings a chain/grappling hook around as a secondary, and uses it to latch on and pull enemies in as a special attack. Ray, however, plays more like a slightly more aggressive Captain Olimar, but with souls instead of Pikmin. Ray has one attack which damages enemies in a short radius, but can also collect souls from defeated enemies and launch them at other enemies. Collect them again, and the cycle repeats. Ray also has a charge attack, firing a white sphere of energy in a straight line. As many parts of the level rise and fall, doing this attack can lead to it hitting the ground and disappearing. I do like the art style, and some of the animation is pretty smooth, though when Elliot is AI controlled, things get a little strange now and then. I dare say his AI is downright suicidal, as he always rushes forward and attacks anything that moves. Rarely did I ever see him not at the far right side of the screen. Ray's AI doesn't rush in, opting to hang back and launch projectiles, though only being able to aim in 8 directions often means missing enemies entirely. I've even seen a couple instances of Ray attacking absolutely nothing. I've held off on mentioning this until now, but there are abilities the game calls No Mercy, which have different effects for each character. I think Elliot's attacks become stronger while it's active, and Ray deals damage with appearing and disappearing pits, but I don't actually know. The visual cues for No Mercy moves are subtle to the point that I had no idea what was going on, or if I'd even used the No Mercy ability. The same goes for certain attack animations for some of the smaller enemies, like the black cloud things. I knew they were attacking because my health went down sometimes, but I couldn't see their scratching attack until they were facing forward. One more thing about Elliot that irks me is his primary punching attack. He moves forward as he punches, and since almost all the enemies stand still at close range, this usually causes him to drift past who or whatever he's attacking. This is a big reason why I preferred playing as Ray for the demo. I'm curious to see how the game as a whole evolves from the early builds to its release, which, going by their estimated delivery date, is March of next year, because their page says the groundwork, particularly the game mechanics and the AI, are there. I'm hoping that just means it's a foundation to be built upon and not the finalized set-in-stone basis for the game. Something I can say about the developer is they've been very receptive to criticism so far. There were several comments on their Kickstarter page and their dev blog about the demo, gameplay critiques, bugs people found, etc., and they've responded well to it. Hopefully, if they see this video, that pattern continues. Oh, one more thing! This last boss is supposed to have a giant laser that shoots across the screen coming out of the thing on its quote-unquote face. But both times I fought this boss, it never used that attack. I don't know if that's a bug or just something that they took out after making the Kickstarter video which showed that attack, but I never saw it. Okay, for real this time, video's done.